All right. So thank you everyone for joining. It's an amazing day. And like we were saying earlier, it's been an awesome journey, the 14th edition of MindTheMind. And we do not take any glory for this. We attribute all the glory back to God. And we're grateful for everyone that is here today, and most especially for our guests, and how she's going to, expose us to all these things, or just remind us, for some of us who are already, doing all that is we're expected to do as regards our finances. She's supposed to remind us and then quicken that thing within us and make us, it's not a session where you are supposed to just listen and then walk away. It's supposed to be a session that will inspire you to do the right things as regards your finances. So we have just 1 hour, and we're very mindful of time. Without any further ado, we're just going to jump right into the session of today. And I'll start by introducing our guest, Fumilayo Elebe. She's one of a kind. She's a financial coach. She's a financial expert, and she does everything finances. If you want to say that, if you see her bio, is very, very, long, but because we have so much, that we're going to talk about today, we're not going to go through, the full bio, but we know that Fumi is called to do this. She's called to do this. She's certified in every way, and she's a finance expert. Please join me in welcoming Fumilayo Elebe as she takes the floor, and we roll. Welcome, Fumi. You can use the chat room. Please show us some love and
Thank you.
say welcome, welcome, welcome. Your video is not on.
Yes, I'm trying to be careful because of network. Sometimes when you put on the video, the
Okay,
network.
maybe just put on your video for a little while, and then if the network starts acting up, then we can turn it off. Yeah, and it's so that our people can see you. All right.
Uh,
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you able to turn it on? People are hailing you in the chat room already. Thank you for me. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Yay!
Good morning.
That's
Good
the
morning.
face. Good morning, Fumi. You're welcome. So without wasting time, I know that everyone on this call has one or two things to do, and because it's a Saturday, and we don't want to, make we want to also give room for question and answers, and then we'll be able to wrap it up afterwards once you're done, presenting. But let's just go right into the session, minding your finances. So we'll start by telling us what it means to mind our minds first, and then Fumi can take it up from there. So minding your mind is not just a cliche. It's not just, maybe something that we say so that when we want to mind our minds. No, it's about taking charge of your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, such that you are able to thrive with every decision that you make, while taking charge of your thoughts, while taking charge of your actions. You're able to manage your emotions. You're able to control them as much as possible in relation to every sphere of life, so that at the end of the day, you're not making decisions that will jeopardize, your well-being. You're not making decisions that will jeopardize your mental health. That's what minding the mind is about. Today we're talking about minding your finances. How does it relate to minding your mind? That's what Fumi is going to talk about, and then we're going to try to explore everything in between, as regards, minding your finances. Thank you, Fumi. Now you can have the floor, and then once you say I should share the slide, then I'll be able to share the slide. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, you can share the slide.
All right. Okay. Okay. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, okay. Thank you for this opportunity. And I want to thank everyone that has joined this webinar. Today is just another time to remind ourselves again about our personal finance. Most of the things that we'll be discussing probably would have been something that you've heard before or you've read some time ago, but you've forgotten. So we are bringing it again back for us to remember and be mindful of how we spend our money. This topic is important in this present day situation in the country. Every day is like you enter the market, you hear different things, and salary is not increasing. Even if the salary, even if there's salary increment, it's not at par with what is happening in the market. It's not at par with what is happening in the market. So there is no better time for us to discuss this than now, to be mindful of our spending, mindful of our finance. Everything finance, our personal finance, even in our business, we need to be mindful in everything. So mindfulness, minding your finance is different from when your mind is full. When your mind is full, it's tending towards, you are being worried, you are worried concerning your finances, you are just thinking, which might lead to anxiety, depression, and all that. But when you are mindful, you are being intentional about your personal finance. So it's two different things. Sitting down and thinking about, oh, how are we going to come out of this financial mess? How am I going to do this? You are just being it's not going to bring a good result. But when you are mindful now, then you will get the results you are looking for. Please, you can change the slide. Next slide. Next slide, please.
Can you see it now?
Okay, yes, I can see it.
Right.
So, to achieve true mastery of your finance, you need to begin by gaining a deeper understanding of yourself, your thoughts, your behaviors, your emotions, and how biases play a profound role in shaping your financial actions and outcome. In fact, they have a far greater impact on your financial decisions than any spreadsheet. We see people, they will say, I've done calculation, I've made budget, I've made this one, I've done this one, I'm reading book, I've attended classes, I've done this one. But they are not getting the results they want because they've not practiced that mindfulness that they need in their personal finance. So it's not enough to attend a webinar like this. It's not enough to write things down, to have your budget and all that. Are you actually practicing what you're supposed to do for you to get the results you are looking for in your personal finance? Second slide, please. Next slide.
Okay.
Your financial situation can have significant repercussion on both your physical and emotional well-being. Making uninformed financial decisions can give rise to concern about your finances, which may in turn trigger stress. This stress can now get to a point that you are having anxiety, you are having depression. Some people will now start drinking. Some people will not be able to sleep, and they will start having various health issues because they are not being mindful of their finance. It's a whole lot of things put together. It's simple. We see it every day. There is something that comes when, I know Ronke will be able to explain it better. When there is money in your account, the emotion that you have is different from when there is no money. When there is no money, depression comes in, anxiety comes in, and a whole lot of things comes in. And sometimes the reason when you ask, why am I at this point of my life? why is it that I'm broke? I don't have money. If we look back, it would be, or it might be, as a result of some financial decisions that we've made. We weren't mindful at that point. We are just making those decisions. Just make any decisions, do things the way you feel you should do it. So we need to be careful. Next slide, please.
Okay.
So what is minding your finance? Minding your finance is about being intentional, being aware, and conscious of your financial decisions and behavior. It involves developing a deeper understanding of your financial decisions, of situations, your values and goals, while making financial choices that will align with your goal and your financial security, your long-term goal. Whatever decisions you are making, it should align with your value in life. It should align with the goal that you are aiming at. It should align with your financial security. You just don't make and they say we should pay this money, or this is what is raining, and I want to do this one. Why do you want to buy? Why do you want to join the group of those that are buying the raining thing? Does it align with your goal? If you continue like this, where will you land in the next 12 months, in the next 5 years? So those are questions that we need to ask ourselves. You just don't do things anyhow. You are minding your finance. It's like you are being awake, you are not sleeping. If they ask you to do anything, you know that no, this does not align with my goals. This does not align with my values. We need to bring value even into investment. You just don't say, you shouldn't just allow anybody to come and meet you that this is the investment that is winning now. They are giving 30% return, they are giving 40% return, and you just go and you put your money there. There are some basic questions you should have asked yourself before putting your money there. Does it align with your values? We all remember the era of MMM. A lot of people, up till now, some people have not recovered from it. When they brought it to me, different people brought it to me. I just told them, this does not align with my values. If you cannot pinpoint the product or the service they are selling to give you these returns they are giving weekly, or is it monthly? I've forgotten how the thing was run. If you cannot say this is what they are selling, either a physical product or a service, then it doesn't align with my values. It doesn't align, because I know with time, this type of scheme is going to collapse. So are you mindful of where your money is going to? Next slide.
Somehow, I think I've lost some connection with my laptop, but you can share if you want. Just a moment, I'm trying to put it back on. But thankfully, because you're the host, you're also a co-host. You're able to do that. We're so sorry about that, and I don't know what just happened, but I can share.
Let me see.
Okay, you can make me host, make me co-host, so that I'll be able to share back. But thankfully, I made you co-host earlier. Sorry, everyone. We're so sorry. These things happen.
I'm trying to see, because I'm using my phone presently, so the functions are a little bit. I'm logging in into. I'm trying to log in.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't know what happened as well. I was just I even thought I was still in the room. as at the time the meeting was going on, but it was later I thought I saw that I had gone. So it's still a network issue. So I'm connecting from another device now. That's why. But let's see.
Okay, I've made you to change the
Make me co-host.
Yes, yes, you are now co-host.
Okay. We're so sorry, everyone. We're trying to It's like we've envisaged this kind of issue already. That's why. So, as a co-host, so I want to share. Document.
Okay.
Just a moment. Okay, what slide are you on now?
I think slide 4.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Have you found it? Can you share from your end? I'm not sure if I
I'm
can.
having network issue with my lab. I'm having
With,
network issue for me
okay,
with my lab.
just
Let me just continue. We'll find a way around it.
awkward break in Fumi, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, please continue and then with your slides from there. Even if you can't share right now, once I'm able to
Okay.
get it up, and then we're so sorry everyone for that awkward break in transmission. All right, please go on for
Okay.
me.
All right. So how to manage your finance? You need to, first of all, understand your present financial situation. What is the situation? What is the financial situation you are in now? You need to recognize that situation and understand it before you can now start moving forward. Then how did you get to where you are now? What were the decisions you made? What were the financial decisions you made? What were other life decisions that you made that got you to where you are now? Now, this does not mean that maybe the present situation you are in now is bad. It might be good. But these are reflective questions that you need to ask yourself to know, okay, these are the next steps that I need to take. What can you do? What can you change or do better? You find yourself in a situation, either good or bad. What can you change if it's bad? Or what can you do better if it's bad? Now, if it's a good financial situation, if you find yourself in a good financial situation, there is still room for more improvements. There is still room for you to earn more. We can all see, even Dangote is looking for different means of different streams of income. Is into sugar, is into cement, into this, into that, is opening up businesses even abroad and all that. So there is still room for you to improve. Now, what are the steps you can take after recognizing your financial situation, after reflecting on these 3 questions that I asked? You need to set clear financial goals. You need to have goals. We are now in September. This is the last day in September. By tomorrow, we'll be in October. at the beginning of this year, what goal did you set for yourself? What were the financial goals that you set for yourself? Now, if the question does not, I know some people will say, my goal was to earn so amount and all that. Where did you write it? Did you put it down? Or it's just something that you have in your head? What were your goals? We are in October, in September, we'll enter October next month. You can still write goal for the next 3 months. What do you want to achieve financially in the short term and long term? You see, the goal help us, is a blueprint that help us and redirect us sometimes. I have a goal. I have a goal to buy a landed property in maybe Lekki or wherever choice area you want to buy the property. That goal now will always redirect you if you are going outside it. You know that these decisions you want to make is contrary to the goal that you've made for yourself. You know that, okay, if I have to do this other thing, that means I will not be able to achieve this goal. To achieve this goal, I need 200 million naira, for example. Then you know, okay, if I spend 1 million to do this, it's going to delay me meeting my goals. That's why we need to set clear financial goals. You set the goal, you put the amount, you put the time, the date you want to achieve it, what you actually want to achieve, you need to really put it down. Now, you need to create a budget. Create a budget that allows you to allocate funds for your needs, for your wants, for your savings, and if you are in debt, how to pay that debt. You need to create funds, you need to create it like that. Have budget for everything. Now, between setting clear financial goals and creating a budget, you need to plan. You need to be strategic, and you need to look for income. You can't stay put at one source of income. It's not going to help you. You need to plan. So that's why I put that arrow. Ronke, please, can you go back to slide 4? Okay. Yes, you will see that arrow, the pink arrow that is there. Inside it is plan, strategy, income. Slide 4. Plan, strategy, income. So between you can't just write a goal and you are not planning how you will achieve that goal. You are not being strategic on how you will achieve that goal. And you can't create a budget if there is no money coming in to be sick about it. Sometimes if you write a goal, you might need to go back and change that goal. And you need to work out strategy for you to achieve the goal. That's why I put that arrow. Then number 3, you need to practice mindful spending. You need to practice mindful spending. You need to pause and ask yourself questions sometimes. This thing I want to buy, do I really need it? If I don't buy it, what will happen? If I buy it, what will happen? What emotions am I feeling now? Sometimes because we are in the midst of some friends, we make some financial decisions because of that moment. We want to feel good. We want to receive their appraisal, their applause. Then we make those decisions. So you need to pause and always ask yourself, before you make that decision, especially if there are decisions that will create a big impact on your finances, you need to pause and ask yourself the question. Now, you need to ask yourself, is it a need or a want? A need is different from a want. You need essential things that you need in life. You need to eat, you need to wear clothes, you need shelter, and all those things. Without you achieving your need, meeting up your need, the person can die. But a want is just something to make you feel good, extra. After achieving your need, then you can start looking at your wants. Sometimes within the need, we need to be careful. You need food to eat, but that does not mean that you should always go to 4 Points by Sheraton or big hotels and big restaurants to eat. You can always prepare your food at home for you to save costs and for you to eat healthy. Now, I'm not saying all those restaurants, maybe they are cooking unhealthy food, but I'm just saying what you cook by yourself, you know what and what you put inside, and you know how your body is. And if you're allergic, what is good for your body and what is not good for your body. So you need to practice mindful spending. Slide 5, please. Now, you need to track, number 4, you need to track your expenses. I mentioned having a budget, but you need to regularly track your expenses too. Having a budget is not enough. Sometimes some people will just open their budget, when they want to get, when it's salary time or they have income, they'll just carry paper and quickly do that. That one, you're just creating a list. That is not a budget. But I'm talking about tracking your expenses. Sometimes some of us, maybe every day, till we get it right, we need to track how much we spend, especially in this era of transfer, this era of digital payments, that we are not using our cash. Before we know it, we've spent so much within 24 hours. In short, as some people wake up, they've started spending money. And before the end of the day, they get amazed at how much they've spent. So please, you need to track your expenses. Regularly review your expenses to identify any patterns or areas where you may be overspending. You need to stay on top of your finances. Sometimes as little as 200 naira recharge card. Some people will buy 200 naira recharge card. Before you know, they would have bought like 3-4 times a day, because they are buying data. And before they open one social media, they saw one video, to click on the video, data has finished, they will load again and all that. You need to regularly review. In as much as you need data, and you know that you like watching those comedy and whatever it is, why don't you, while you are doing your budget, plan for data in that budget and look for a very good data plan that you can use for 1 month, and it will be cheaper for you rather than loading to 200 naira. You think you are trying to be wise, but at the end of the day, you will spend more. Number 5, you need to save and invest wisely. Allocate a portion of your income to savings and investments. We can't talk this. I don't know how some people wait. They are hoping that one day they will get one big money to now go and buy land or buy a house, buy a car, and all that. Sometimes these things does not come. You need to build up the fund gradually. Start somewhere. Start saving that money gradually. Then when the big money comes, you add it to what you have, and you'll be able to make good decisions with the money. So every month, for those of us that earn salary, allocate something that goes into your savings and investment. No matter how small that money is, send it into those accounts. When investing, research your options and choose investments that align with your risk tolerance and long-term goal. There are so many things people call investments out there that are not investments. They are just another posing scheme waiting to happen. I remember during the era of agri-tech was raining. This one, that one, rice. So they are selling rice, they are selling potato, they are selling. Those that attended my classes during those periods, I used to, mention it to them, that some of these things is like Peter robbing Paul. They will collect money from Peter to pay Paul. When rice is maturing, is remaining 2 months to mature, they will bring out potato. The money they collect from potato, they will use it to pay those that have invested into rice. And they, continue like that. But you see, before you know it, everything, the thing collapsed. We just have only very few ones that are still operating now. Now, I understand again that sometimes, people have good intentions to do business and all that, and, something happened that is beyond their control. That too happen with investment companies too. But at least to a reasonable extent, be careful where you put your money. Don't join them. Some people will say, hey, this one, this network marketing is an investment and all that. Yes, it could be an investment, But do you have experience in it, or you are just being moved? And are you ready to put in the work? Network marketing is not just put money and go and sleep and rest and be expecting something every month. If you are not ready to put the work to do the marketing, then you are just wasting your money. And you don't rely on friends and family to buy from you or to do business for you. That is where some other people make mistake. So be careful, do your research very well, know your options, know where you want to put your money. And because of digitalization era and everything that we have now, there are investment companies that you can put as little as 5,000, 10,000 to invest, and you continue to do it, compounding the money like that, and it will grow over time. But you just be careful. Have an emergency fund. Number 6, you need to have an emergency fund. Part of minding your finances, having an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a safety net for unexpected expenses. There are some things that we don't plan for. There are some things that we've never imagined it that it will happen to us, and it happened. Then at that point, you see people running here and there looking for help, looking for how they will come out of it. Sometimes as little as 20,000 naira can embarrass someone, as little as 20,000 naira. So you need to build this emergency fund. The emergency fund is different from the money you have in your investments. It's different from the one you are saving. This emergency fund, you are keeping it somewhere, to help you attend to any situation that might come up suddenly, so that you won't find yourself looking for where you will borrow money and all that. Ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Now, living expenses are your food, your essential expenses, house rent, and all those things that are essential for you in case something happens. Maybe somebody, there is job loss and everything. That money will be able to keep you going, pending when you will get another job. Hoping that, okay, within the next 3 to 6 months, if I network enough, if I go out there, I'll be able to get another job or get something doing. So we need to have that emergency fund somewhere. And the emergency fund should not be put into an investment scheme that you are saying it will mature in 1 year, 2 years. Because when the emergency comes, you won't be able to access that money. You can put it somewhere that you need interest to accruing on that money, but you need something that will be very easy for you to liquidate. I'm not talking in terms of fixed deposits in the bank alone. If you go to investment houses and you ask them questions, they will tell you different options of where you can put your money. That some of them will just require you to give them maybe 48 hours notice, or some online you will be able to just go through the app and liquidate and all that. So you have to be you need to apply wisdom in this. Please, slide 6. Number 7, you need to reduce debt mindfully. You need to prioritize. If you are in debt, I know the situation is so bad. Sometimes debt will just surface somehow. But some people find themselves in debt because of also the way they've lived their life financially, just spending money anyhow. But whichever way you found yourself in debt, you need to prioritize paying that debt, especially those ones that have high interest rates. You need to pay them on time. While you are paying your debt, that does not stop you from saving something. The reason you need to save something is so that if anything happens, you won't find yourself going to look for money again. You have something you can use to weather that storm. That's why you still need to save something while you are in debt. And the foundation of saving something when you are in debt is that emergency fund. If at all you are not able to you need to have that emergency fund somewhere, so that you won't find yourself in a circle of debt. You must prioritize. You don't need to run away from the people that you are owing. Meet with them, discuss with them, let them know your plans, and you follow through. You need integrity. Now, number 7, you need to avoid impulsive decisions. You just don't make decisions anyhow when it comes to your money. Remember, for those of us that are working, we work for a minimum of 23 days or 22 days. We are going to work. Some people work more than that. Some people that are outside the country do 2 to 3 jobs a day to make that money. Now, you just want to spend the money in a flash. Why? Before you know it, you've spent 3 to 4 days earning within a second for something that at the end of the day, you will feel bad for spending that money. So avoid impulsive decisions. Don't let anybody force you or cajole you into making decisions that at the end of the day you will regret. When faced with a tempting purchase or investment opportunity, take time to reflect and consider whether it aligns with your goals. Take time to consider it. We don't look into the hours we put into earning. Either you're doing your business or you're working, you don't appreciate that hour. You spend how many hours in a day, in a month, putting in effort, trying to gather money and all that, and you just spend it anyhow. Some people on their impulsive spending is they don't have control over what they eat. They don't have control. They just buy. Hey, shawarma. Hey, it's this one. Hey, it's that one. And before you know it, at the end of the week, that's why you need to regularly check your expenses, track your expenses, and you'll be surprised how much you spent. Then at the end of the month, you will say, even before the end of the month, the money has finished. Then you say you don't have service. The economy is bad. Yes, we know the economy is bad. The economy is eating, is eating us up and all that. But we can still do some things. We can still control some things that are internal to us. The economy is external. We just have to look for how we will continue to earn income to be able to meet up with the inflation rates and what is happening in the economy. That's why at the first slide of how to mind your finance, I put it there. You need to plan, you need to be strategic, and you need to constantly look for sources of income. Now, you need to manage your stress and emotion. You need to manage it. We are saying the economy is bad, there is no money. You don't want to find yourself in a situation that you are having health issues. And sometimes some of us spend so much, we have uncontrolled spending when we are not in good emotions. We are just looking for something, coping strategy, or what is it called, coping mechanism to cope during that situation. So we just go buy, go for shopping, go. We just do all those things just to cope for the cope at that moment. And at the end of the day, it doesn't help us. So we need to manage stress and emotion. Practice stress reduction techniques. I know Ronke will do that. You need to maintain a calm mindset when facing financial challenges. You are not the only one facing financial challenges. A lot of people are facing financial challenges, both the wealthy and the poor and the middle class. Everyone at one point or the other, they are facing financial challenges. But it's what you do at that moment. I won't explain further on that. I'm not an emotional coach person. But this is very key. I've seen a lot of people, because they are stressed up, they do a lot of just make wrong decisions. Because their emotion is not, they are in bad situation or something, they just continue to make the same wrong decisions they make that brought them to where they had. They will continue to make that decision. So please, let's manage our stress and emotion. Then this is 10, practice gratitude. You need to slow down. You need to slow down. No matter how bad this economy is, cultivate a sense of gratitude for your financial resources, regardless of the amount. That you can sleep and wake up in the morning is the blessings of God. That's a big blessing. That you are not sick, you are not on the hospital bed. That is a big blessing. That you have 100 naira, you have 1,000 naira, you have, no matter how small that amount is, it's a big blessing, and it shows that, God can still perform, breakthrough. God can still give you breakthrough if you put in the work. Recognize the value of what you have, which can help you reduce feelings of scarcity and stress. If you look around you, you still have something. You still have something that can help you. Just like I'm a Christian, and I will cite, just like how that woman said, I went to the prophet and said, they want to take my children, I have nothing. The prophet said, what do you have? And she said, I have just a jar of oil. Look around you, you can have that jar of oil. That jar of oil can be a gift that you have. That jar of oil can be something within your environment that you've not seen, that this thing can help you make money. Some of us are so gifted that we don't know that we are gifted. That's why you need to slow down and check within you, what can I do? What do I have that can help me to earn more income? Do I need to look for, go for contract jobs? Online now, you can do contract jobs. I know how to do this, I know how to do that. Ordinary design, Canva that I use Canva for this slide. Some people are making money from it. They go, your DMs, Instagram DMs sometimes, unsolicited messages, people come into, please, I can design, I can do this, I can do, let me even do for free for you to see. You just have to be creative. Educate yourself. You need to educate yourself continuously on personal finance. You need to read books, attend seminars like this to remind you, and follow financial news to enhance your financial knowledge and decision making. You can't just say you want financial breakthrough. What book have you read on finances in this year? Have you even read up to 10 pages of any book on finances, on personal finance? Some of us have not even read any article. We've not read anything that pertains to personal finance, and we say we are looking for money, we want financial breakthrough. We've not even read about business strategies, what you can do to break through. You've not even read anything that pertains to your career, the office work you are doing. You've not gone for anything. There are so many. If you don't have money to pay for training, YouTube is there for you to learn a whole lot of things. And you now complain, oh, they are not paying, they are not promoting me in my office, no salary increment. Since you've joined that company, what have you done to enhance yourself, to improve yourself, that you can even use to say, okay, I've gotten this training, I can do this one, I can do that one, I need increments in salary. So you need to continue, you need to educate yourself. We are in the era of AI, you hear this one, do you know anything about it? How can it help you at your place of work? How can you help you at your business? Have you tried to explore and see things you can do? So please, we are in an era that is not about I am a graduate and all that is any money. Children that just finished secondary schools, they are earning money now because they are taking advantage of the technology. Now you need to review and adjust. Life circumstances and goal can change. So your financial strategy should adapt accordingly. Like now, we can see how everything is going. The last time I bought dollar, that was, I think 3 weeks ago, if I can remember. I bought dollar at 9.23. Pounds was 1,220 naira. Then 2 days later, it became 1,223 naira. I needed extra on it, so we can see how the whole thing is going. The same way we need to sit down and look at our expenses and re-strategize again and look for alternatives. If we are going to supermarkets to buy things, we go to one part, they are the one, there is very nice, and another, Eko Idumota is there if you are in Lagos. Any state you have the common market. You can go there and buy things and you will get it cheaper than where you are getting it for. If at all, okay, even in the market, the whole thing is now costly, can you look for alternatives? The other day, someone helped me. Someone went to the market. She saw this long pepper. What is it called? Is it Bama? I've forgotten it's Kenyan pepper in English, the long one. I had someone to help me get tomato and pepper, and she said, oh, the tomato is very costly, that they have few in the market. That was in my 12. But the long pepper, they have enough. I told her, my dear, please just buy that pepper as much as you can buy and buy enough onions. She bought it. That was what we used. In short, it became tomato paste without tomato inside. We just have to adjust. We ate it, we didn't die. And it also tastes good. My children didn't complain. These are ways of adjusting to situations. With time, we'll balance up. That's why it's about you constantly looking for legal means of making money. You constantly increasing, learning, developing your skills and all that. Because some of us, we feel we are still young, If you are young and you're not putting in the effort that you're supposed to put in now, what will happen in 10, 15 years' time? Some of us don't even have any retirement plan. This discussion now, I've not even mentioned retirement in it. What will happen to you at age 60? How will you survive? How will you live? Some of us will say Jesus is able. Yes, we have that faith. But the Bible says faith without work is dead. If we have faith, let's use that faith and go out there and start making breakthroughs, opening doors, knocking on doors for those doors to open. Just like what the Bible says, we need to knock. If we knock, the door will open. We need to seek continually. We need to seek. We need to continue to ask people and pray to God that everything will go out. But we can't sit down in our comfort zone and expect miracle to happen, no matter how many dry fasting. You do 30 days dry fasting, praying for breakthrough, and you don't go out to manifest the breakthrough. Nothing will happen, my sister. Nothing will happen, my brother. So we need to, if we are here and you are listening to me, the financial situation you find yourself is not so good. In short, everybody is looking for money. All of us, even Dangote is looking for money. So we need to sit down, review and adjust our lifestyle, our career. What can we do? What training can you go for? What skills can you acquire now to be a better person? If we already have skills within us, how can we brand ourselves out there for people to know us, that we know these things? LinkedIn is a very good one for professional people, for career path development. Can you go on LinkedIn and develop your CV, look at people's profile on LinkedIn? It will help you to see what you can do. Can you be reading articles and be writing about some things about what you know and all that? Put yourself out there. When I say put yourself out there, I'm not saying be making noise, be dancing, be doing some, no. That's not what I'm talking about. But let people know that this is what you can do. Just don't keep quiet and expect miracle. Even churches are doing adverts. Have you seen a church that is doing well? The Redeemed Christian Church of God, with the numbers of people that they have, they are not sitting down and saying now they have a new goal that each member must bring, is it one soul, or one soul to church every Sunday. The same way you need to go out there. Jesus said, I must do the work of my Father. God has brought us here. God said we should dominate, we should have dominion. It's not in God's plan that any of his children should be poor. We don't want to get to heaven and see that, oh my God, so I wasn't the one, I was the one that made myself poor because I didn't do the things that I'm supposed to do. Next slide, please. I can go on and on this. I don't know if you have any question. I am trying to keep to time. If you have any question, I am available to answer you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for me. Thank you. So there are a few questions here that we had prepared. I'm not sure if can you hear me? The network is acting up. Okay, great. All right. So there are a few questions here that we had pre-planned before now. Maybe it can also help, one or two of us. You said the budget is not a list of expenses. That was from when you were talking earlier. Can you clarify the difference between a budget and a list of expenses?
Okay, now, like if we are going to the market, we are going for shopping, we write what we want to buy. That is a list. Now, a
Okay.
budget is a sheet showing you your income and you are planning for your expenses.
Mm.
All the income
Okay.
that you get every month, either weekly, whatever way you earn your money, you put it there. Okay, I earn this amount, my salary is this amount, the side also this amount, the contract, this amount. Then the expenses, now you are bringing in your fixed expenses. There are some expenses that are fixed.
Mm.
Like your house rent. You don't wait till when it's 1 month or 2 months for your house rent to be due before you now start running up and down to gather the money. From the month one after you pay, you need to start saving towards your house rent. So that is a
Mm.
fixed expenses. You deduct it, you divide it by maybe 10 months. If your house rent is how much thousand for a 12-month period, you divide it by 10 months so that by 10 months you are sure that your house rent is ready. Do you understand? By the
Okay.
10th month. So you know those are fixed expenses. You have your variable expenses like going for shopping, buying grocery and all that. Part of your budget, you have your savings and investment, you have your debt repayment if you are paying. So it's just a pictorial this thing of how, where and how your money is coming from and going to. I hope that is clear. But list
Yeah.
is just, you're just writing, okay, I'm going to the market today. I want to buy this. I want to buy that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You've also touched on the next question, how to draw up a budget. So I think you've explained that already. And so there's this other question. What other structures can we put in place to thrive financially? Or what other thing can you mention? Maybe are there investments that people can look into? Is there a way to invest? Like someone has not been investing before, someone wants to start investing so that they can mind their finances. What would you readily advise?
Okay, depending on the person's age, depending on the person's risk tolerance, and depending on the situation the person is now. I can't just give a one jacket fit or answer. But what I
Okay.
would say, you can open an investment account and be investing, putting money there every month or weekly, or as you get the money, you put it there. We have some apps that even they sell foreign stocks. You don't have to be in the US before you buy Tesla, before you buy Amazon and the rest, Facebook stock and all that. So we have apps that you can use in Nigeria here to buy all these stocks. And we have local investment houses too that are licensed by the stock exchange that you can invest in. Now, another way, there are some people that, for me, when I'm talking about investment, I just don't focus on stock and all that. There are some people that there's nothing that concerns them with stock. Oh. There are commodities. You can trade commodities and also make money from it. When I talk about commodities, your commodities could be palm oil, beans, and all that, rice, and all that. You just know how to go about it. You can do that one. Some people can go into, there are so many investment vehicles that you can use to achieve your goal. But the main thing is they must be legal. You just don't put your money anywhere. They must be legal. And even some people, I've seen people now that collaborate with friends and family. This one, you have to be careful. You know that you can't do trading, you are not called for that and all that. There are some people now that collaborate with friends and family, put money there and say, you just help me, I put this money into your business. The person, they agree on the interest rate you will be getting monthly, whichever agreement they come to. And they are also striving with it. There are those that go into real estate, all sorts, all sorts of, now real estate now too has gotten to a level that you don't have to buy a plot of land in Lekki before you become a real estate person. They now say, they call it land banking. You buy now, you sell later, and all sorts of investments, are springing up. But at the same time, like I said earlier, if you are young, you still have that opportunity to explore all these things. But if you're at certain age, there are some things that you don't even venture into. You don't do trial by error at certain age. You are looking for fixed income, fixed interest at certain age. I hope I've been able to answer the question.
Yes, I think that will work. Thank you so much for me. Okay, so there's another question. Maybe that may be the last one. For someone in debt, and this cuts across whether you are within Nigeria or you're outside Nigeria, for anyone in debt, are there strategies that you can readily provide that can make the person, debt free?
Okay. For someone that is in debt, one, you need to list out all the debts that you have. You need to list them. You would have followed, like one of the questions, what brought you to that point of debt? What decisions did you make? What can you do? You follow those questions, you follow those steps. Now you need to list out those debts. You need to list out their interest rates if you are paying interest on it. Now you need to now look at how can you tackle these debts? Weekly, monthly, what can you do to tackle these debts? If you are working and you are earning a salary, that means your paying that debt is dependent on monthly repayments. What extra thing can you do to be making more money so that you'll be able to pay these debts? And I will advise you to focus on the debt that has high interest payment first, because that one, it will be compounding, before you know it, the whole thing will now look out of control. So you focus on it. But before you do that, go and meet with those people and have a discussion about it. Tell them, I know I'm owing you this amount. These are the plans I have drawn out. Every month, this is the amount I want to be paying back. Please allow me. Do you understand? Please, you negotiate with them. And there's nobody that wants to lose their money. They will listen to you. If you are someone of integrity, not that you will say you want to do this and in the next how many months they won't see you again. No matter how little that amount is, be paying it into that account and be keeping your record that you've paid this amount, so that tomorrow there will not be arguments. So, those are things that you can do. But integrity is key, just like what I'm saying. And, look for how you will make extra income. When I'm saying look for how you will make extra income, please be careful. Don't go and find yourself in a situation because you're looking for extra income and you now develop IBP, you now start having health issues again. No, that is not what I'm saying. Look for things that you can do that won't be stressful, that, you can do at your own time. Sometimes, yes, just yesterday night before I slept, I don't even know, I just saw a prompt. There is this platform that I sell my services. I just saw a prompt. This person is not in Nigeria, asking me about my services and all that. I'm going to determine the time, my appointment with her. I'm going to send her a link that I've already planned out my time because I'm working and I have other things that I'm doing. So I look at the times that are free for me. So the person will book based on that my free time. Do you understand? So it's not that because I'm looking for extra income and here and there scattered everywhere. You still need to organize everything. If you are working, you don't have to steal from your employer, because tomorrow if you start your own business, somebody is going to come and steal from you. Part of stealing from your employer is using your employer time. You've signed 8 to 5 p.m. Now you are within the 8 to 5 p.m. You are busy doing your own business here and there. I don't encourage it. So please draw out the debt repayment plan, meet with the people, start paying it, focus on those that have high interest payments, and also try and save something as you are paying the debt so that you won't find yourself in debt again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing session. And for everyone that is listening and for everyone who will still watch this recording much later, please look at the screen and then you can reach out to Fumi on all social media handles at Kobo to Naira. Okay, and even if you're not in Nigeria and you want to probably invest in Nigeria, or you want to invest in one way or the other, please reach out to her. She will definitely handhold you and you will not regret that. I am saying that because I have that experience, and I I am happy to call for me my finance coach. Okay, so because like we say, every coach needs a coach. Don't say because you're in so career, you still need, help in different areas of your life. So don't go without having a finance coach. So if you do not have a coach, you're welcome to sign up with Fumi, and then she'll be able to take you through everything that you need to know about your finances. So I just wanted to put that out. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming today. All right. And we would have this link sent out to everyone so that we can, catch the replay and then watch also on my YouTube channel at Olurunke Oluwalere. You can also follow, our social media and those at Olurunke Oluwalere or at Emotional Wellness Tribe. So for any question that you may have, maybe much later, please feel free to reach out. Also, while Fumi was talking about, us being able to manage our time, manage our resources, it boils down to thriving. You don't want to think about money to a point where you break down in your health and then you start having anxiety, depression, and all sorts of mental health challenges. You don't want to do that. Find that balance, find the right balance. If you need, today is not about, therapies and all of that, but feel free to reach out to me much later if you know you need help in that area and how to be able to help you put, all your emotions together and manage them effectively. Thank you, everyone, for joining us again. It's been an amazing time. And then we'll see ourselves next quarter on another edition of Mind the Mind. Thank you, everyone. Sorry for
Thank
the inconveniences about, the network and all of that. But it's a good thing that we can also, manage technology. So we already knew that there may be a network downtime. So we had different devices, on, and then so that there wouldn't be any unusual, permanent break in transmission. So thank you so much for sticking around. God bless you all. Have a wonderful,
you.
wonderful weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Fumi.
Bye.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
coming. Bye. Bye, everyone.